Hey everyone, I hope you have been having an amazing month like I have. And pretty much if you don't know who I am, I'm Hutch. I'm a 30-year-old gay Catholic that is trying to get his life on track and pretty much be the best person that I was created to be. So we're going to go over this month's successes and failures and pretty much the progress and my thoughts throughout the whole journey. So pretty much in the field of faith, which is an important and base pillar for me, the goals that I had for this month of February was to have a living faith, to know one saint or to pretty much learn about a saint a week, and also work on getting rid of my biases towards pretty much people that I don't like or have some kind of preconceived notion about, which is a lot harder than a lot of people preach about, because there are just some people I do not like, and learning to love them for who they are is very difficult. So over this month, what I did was I prayed a novena. First time I ever have done it. If you don't know, I'll go into it later, but I am a convert to Catholicism, so I have never done a novena. And I did a novena for finding a spouse with Saint Raphael. Well, that didn't go exactly as I planned. I was thinking, okay, do this novena. I didn't want to start dating because I said I wasn't going to date for a while until after Easter, and I meant that, but I just wanted to meet him or start the whole process. And pretty much on the 9th day, didn't happen, and I got pissed. So I have an interesting relationship with God because when I get pissed and everything, I still pray and I still am loyal to God, but in all honesty, I pretty much cussed him out. I got upset. I was wondering why it didn't work out this way, or why didn't God do things the way that I thought it would do. I was pretty much open. And as soon as I got done with my temper tantrum, calmed down, thought about it, and pretty much began to understand that the process started, but in order to have what I was looking for, I needed to work on my relationship with God so I don't turn my future husband into an idol, which would pretty much just ruin everything that I've been working towards. What else has been going on this month is Lent started. It started on 17 February on Ash Wednesday, and pretty much I decided to give up alcohol for body so I can be healthier, lose fat, and keep myself from making a lot of stupid decisions. We all have that personality. Mine is called Patricia, and she a mess. So taking away alcohol for a while to heal my body. Also wanted to heal my mind, and pretty much that's why I gave up Instagram. I've noticed that I have been on Instagram just scrolling through, checking out people, comparing myself to them, and growing an unhealthy comparative mentality when it comes to looking at other men. Either be it in lust or jealousy because they have more attention or a better body or many other things, but I've pretty much decided I need to let that go. I need to focus on my relationship with God, focus on loving myself as the created human being that I am, and start learning to also, or not so much start learning, but to be better about appreciating God's beauty in other human beings. Another practice that I'm doing for spirit is praying the Rosary every day. And I have come to find out that it's very much like working out. There are some days that I like it, I'm into it, and other days it is a bore. It's tiring, I don't want to do it, I don't want to be there. There's other things I want to do. I'll be reciting the prayers, and my mind goes off into a whole different area that has nothing to do with it. So it's a good practice in trying to be focused and be in the moment. So we'll see how that goes. And overall, in general, I'm liking it. I'm happy with the results I've been getting this month in the field of faith. But there's also a lot of points that I need to work on, especially when it comes to loving my enemy, pretty much those who I highly disagree with. And it's also learning to be present in the moment and understanding that God's timing and plan is not exactly mine, and I need to learn how to submit to His plan, because when I do, I really do have a better life, and things tend to be a lot more better than me trying to force my will upon everything and everyone in creation. Field of family, pretty much, I want you to first understand that my family lives all over the place. My parents and siblings, they currently live in Texas. I have my aunt and uncle and cousins living in Virginia, and I have another aunt and uncle that pretty much live here in Maryland along with me where I'm stationed. The reason that we're all spread out is because my family is a military family. Right now, I'm the only one that's currently active. All of the others have retired so far, but that's pretty much why we're all over the place. I want to make clear, we are a very close and loving family. We have our quirks, we fight. Half of us are liberal, the other half is conservative, half are religious, the other half are not so much, but we are a very close-knit and loving family. However, we're also mostly a family of introverts. I am one of the few extroverts in the family, so my personal goal is to just get to know them better, be more active in conversation, but have deeper conversation as well. I want to know them as close as I do a lot of my friends. But naturally, as most introverts, it takes time. But the good thing is that they have been reaching out to me as much as I've been reaching out to them, and I'm very happy about that. Things are going well. I'm hoping that all their plans and goals that they have going on goes very well. I'm praying for them. I love them very much, and I know that they're praying for me and love me just as much as I love them. So if anyone is blessed when it comes to family, it is definitely me. Okay, so the field that a lot of you are actually following to see how I proceed in is the field of fitness. So on the 1st of February, or the beginning of this month, I was 250 pounds and 42.5 inches around my stomach. By 26th February, which was yesterday, I was 244 pounds and 42 inches, which is about 6 pounds. I'm one of those gays who cannot do math, but overall it was a 6-pound loss and half an inch loss. So, as you can tell through these pictures, I seem very uncomfortable, and that's because pretty much I am not comfortable with how my body looks in pictures. I see the progress I'm making when I look in the mirror myself, but it's not coming through in pictures as much as I hope. So I'm not sure if it's the pictures that are not coming out right, or I am in huge self-denial about the progress I'm making. But it is something also I realize I need to work on, about my self-confidence and how I view myself. The other thing I had to pretty much come to realize and accept was this month was pretty much slower than last month. Yes, I know it's about average to lose 2 pounds a week, but last month I did pretty well. And right now, currently, I am still over 30% body fat, so I should still be making great progress. However, my weak spot was weekends. During the week, I am very disciplined about what I eat, making sure I work out, and then Friday night hits and I am just pretty much consuming all the calories that I should have lost. So I use a Fitbit scale and tracker, so pretty much this is how my weight was going up and down, and I have to pretty much learn to be controlled and stay disciplined during weekends where I want to relax and be more calm and just enjoy what everyone else is doing. However, other people are at places I want to be, and to do that I have to sacrifice. I also have to remember that I spent years getting to the point where I am at now, messing up my body. It's going to take some time to heal and fix that, so keeping a proper mentality does that. I also learned that by motivation, I really am doing this for myself, because, girl, I'm telling you, no man is worth going through all this pain, trial, etc. Like, I like going to the gym, partially because I do like working out. I like the motivation that's there, aka the hot guys, but honestly, if it was just so I can impress a man or get their attention or doing it for anyone else, they're not worth all that time. Like, it's just not worth it. But that also made me realize why I failed in the past was because I was always doing it for other people. But now that I'm actually doing it for me to be sexy in my own eyes, for my own happiness, etc., I'm able to continue going and be like, okay, this sucks, but you know what? It's worth it in the end. So I hope that this helps put you in a mindset that makes you want to keep going. But so far, this is the journey in fitness for this month. I also forgot to mention that my goal for this month of February in fitness was to be at 238 pounds, but I pretty much missed that by 6 pounds as well. So I am happy for the progress, but I did miss my goal. So that is something I have to own up to. So for my field of finance, I've actually been doing really well. And that is because of 2 things. Making sure that I stick to my budget that I write out, and not to do a lot of frivolous spending, aka things that I would justify as love yourself spending, which pretty much will screw up your whole budget and all your plans. So one of my goals this month was to repair my credit. Pretty much I did the Dave Ramsey plan. I was able to get debt free. However, I followed the full plan and cut my credit card. That was only one I had, and pretty much I effed up my whole credit system. So luckily I'm a member of Navy Federal, and what I did was I got a secured credit card, about $500, and using that method to build up a good credit history, and from there we'll be expanding on. I probably won't be able to upgrade my card until around June-ish, so I'll be able to give you an update then. But overall, when it comes to this month in finances, I would say I'm very successful because I have been able to increase my emergency savings, and I do plan on using the stimulus check to complete that. But I've also been able to add a lot more to my vacation savings and savings that I plan on using for major purchases in the future, such as equipment for YouTube or fashion when I lose more body weight and can get clothes that fit better. As you are starting to see, everything pretty much ties together when it comes to my pillars. And plus, I gotta make sure to have money in case I have to go the sugar daddy route. You know, I'm getting older. I am 32, which is not old, by the way. But, you know, I might end up being 50 something. I gotta get a young thing, and the only way to do that is with some money and making sure I look good. But hey, being mixed, having them black jeans, you know black don't crack. In the field of education, I have actually been doing a lot of self-study, and the two things I've been using to teach myself is YouTube and Skillshare. As you can tell, I really like to watch. That's the best way I have learned. And yeah, I do pay for both services, aka so I don't have to watch commercials and have greater access to videos that I find to be very useful for me. So the topics I've been learning about this month is cars, because before I have known pretty much nothing about it. You can ask a lot of my friends. I was heavily ignorant. And I've come to know I still do not give a damn about cars. But I am excited to learn about the future of cars, especially when it comes to EVs and looking at different types. I do hope that I will be able to own one eventually. I like the fancier ones. I am very much a bougie person, and I expect my cars to be bougie as well. But that's down the line. The other things I've been learning is videography, because I do want to do more with YouTube, and I want to actually make it enjoyable for people to watch. But the most important aspect I think I've been teaching myself is how to speak better in camera, because I'm looking in my past videos and I don't see myself, my true personality coming through. And a lot of my friends actually told me the same thing, because when you meet me in person, I am very energetic, excited, I want to talk to people, and I can speak smoothly-ish, but it's a lot harder because I'm used to playing off with people. Also, if you hear noise in the background, I'm sorry. We have a new roommate moving in, so hopefully that's not too distracting. So the goals I've had for this month when it came to career is to be better in my language by studying every day, which I have done, and honestly, I do think I'm improving, but I won't find out until I test, and I'm not testing until later in the year. Another goal is to produce better videos. And slowly I am improving. I have better ideas than actually products, but I know that's just something that's gonna have to improve in time, and I'm okay with the patience for that. And the last goal is connected with being part of the First Class Petty Officer Association. I am chairman of the fundraising committee, and unfortunately, that's going to be a little bit problematic this year because of COVID. So what I had to do basically is reach out to legal and ask what are we allowed to do, what we're not allowed to do, and having to come up with ideas of how to raise money for our organization that is both safe and effective and will actually work. So that's going to be a fun thing to work with, but hey, that's what's been going on in my career. So for the last, but certainly not least field is romance. I'm still single, but hey, it is what it is, and I'm okay with that mostly. But one of my goals is to better understand my own strengths and weaknesses, because that's part of my whole self-love campaign. And honestly, I found it very effective. What I do is I look at weaknesses that I've noticed that I had that day, and then I pick out a strength that I actually have and come up with ways to counter each weakness with a strength that I have to become a better person. Hopefully you think it's working, but who knows? Only God can judge me, and I'm pretty sure it's kind of harsh at that moment too. Another thing I've actually been learning about is intimacy, both platonic and non. The non is definitely more theoretical and listening to other people's stories and thinking about what I consider deep intimacy with a romantic partner. But when it comes to platonic intimacy, I am blessed to have some amazing friends that I actually am building deeper relationships with over time and through being more vulnerable and honest with my thoughts and ideas and trusting that they will accept me for who I am. The third goal I had was finding and defining my own personal style. I'm still working on that. There are a lot of fashion designs I want, but I'm thinking that it'll be a lot easier for me once I see how my body turns out pretty much around the June timeframe and how much money I actually have to spend on that fashion. But who I want to present myself as, I pretty much have nailed down, and I want to keep it a secret to pretty much flex in the future about that and to be proud about it. So gonna have to stay tuned for that. If you've been watching my videos, you currently know that I have two what I would call major crushes. It technically is three if you count Gym Crush, but that's just someone I find completely beautiful and proves that there is a God, that he made someone that gorgeous. But with the two right now, it's more just getting to know them. I admire them for who they are as a person, but that doesn't mean I know whether it would work out or not. In the end, I'm not going to pursue either one of them because this time is for me and God. And I want to work on that relationship first, because for me, in the way that I look at romance, it is always God, spouse, and then family. And that's something I have found that worked because my family has no divorces, and it's something that I'm very proud of and I want to continue on. So you'll see that I make a lot of jokes about being single, and I do want you to know, I definitely want to find someone, but I am okay being single. One of the hardest lessons I had to learn in life is that no one can promise that you will find someone. You can easily find a lot of people who are older who have been single their whole life, not by choice either. Yeah, there are a lot of other factors, but no one can promise you that you will find the one or the love of your life. So the mentality that I had to learn is, you know what? I can still have an amazing, fruitful, blessed life without having to have a man or a husband in it. Because in the end, it's not about finding a spouse or being with a spouse. It's about being the best person that God created you to be and living the life to the fullest. But to answer the question about my plans when it comes to romance during this time is to pretty much pray about it. I'm gonna pray for my future spouse, my future husband, hope that he is being blessed, going through processes to make himself more of a complete and better human being. And I'm just gonna go with the flow. It could be either of my two crushes, it might be the third one, hell, it could be none of them. It might be someone who's come in from left field. But in the end, I know it'll be okay, and I'm just gonna have to go with faith and trust on this one. And I think it'll be worth it. So if you stuck around till now, I wanna say thank you so much. I am happy to tell you about what's going on in my life, and I'm actually surprised that you care to know. Hopefully it gives you insight into how my mind is working through all this progress that I'm trying to make in life, the ups and downs, the disappointments I've had, and also the happy moments I have. Maybe you'll notice certain things have changed, things that I'm very confident about, something I don't become, or vice versa. In the end, it's all a journey. And I hope that your journey goes very well as well, because that's the whole community I want to build, a supportive community, one that prays for one another, one that truly wants the best for the other. Because in the end, when things go well for me, it doesn't do anything so much for other people. But to wish well for me and knowing that you're probably not going to get anything out of it, that is true love. And it's something that I deeply appreciate. So I ask that you please continue to pray for me. And if you'd like me to pray for anything for you, please leave it in the comments. And I will definitely have you, I will definitely be praying for you and whatever your intention is. And also, I hope that you continue to follow me and continue to listen to my story and to see how things progress. And if you do enjoy that, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Let me know what's going on in your life. Until then, be blessed.